Hi everyone, welcome to Fat to Thin Senior RNY. I'm Raven, I'm 76 years old and I had gastric bypass surgery December 16th, 2019. Medicaid approved the surgery. Last week I talked about ways I've changed in the past 6 months, including weight loss. In this vlog I'll be talking about my minuscule weight loss this month, when I expected major drops in weight. But even so, I'm celebrating 179 pounds anyway. That means that I am now overweight and no longer obese, which is absolutely cool. If you're curious, please join me on this journey and continue to watch, and please comment. Last week I talked about how ways I've changed in the past 6 months, including weight loss. Some of them were very tiny, some of them were very dramatic. This week I talk about my expectations of this surgery and weight loss. I'm overweight and I'm celebrating. I think that is just wonderful. I haven't seen 179 pounds in so many years. I don't even remember the last time I saw 179 pounds, okay? In the next breath, I'm saying, damn, I'm still overweight. How come? I should be dropping weight like crazy. At least that's my opinion anyway. I'm losing, this last month anyway, I've lost an average of a half pound a week. A week. Now, I could be very disappointed with this, but when I was doing intermittent fasting and Weight Watchers and keto and the rest of it, if I lost a quarter pound, if I lost anything, it was a wonderful thing. I mean, it's because I didn't gain anything, you know. To lose a half a pound in a week would have been celebratory, you know. So I ought to count my blessings, and I am counting my blessings. I did expect a lot more. I figured, you know, 3.5 pounds a week, 5 pounds a week. Half a pound I wasn't expecting, but it's still a loss, you know. I'm doing between 800 and 1,000 calories a day. And I walk 1 to 3 miles per day, every single day. And imagine how much I'd weigh if I didn't do that. I probably wouldn't lose anything. At any rate, I'm cooking about twice a week now. I'm making either a big-ass salad with everything that's in the refrigerator that's cold, or I'm making a big-ass soup with everything that's in the refrigerator that's left over. You know. And so what I've been doing is, you know, 3-4 days I've been eating salad and something else. This week I did chicken thighs. I did roasted chicken thighs in the solar cooker. So I've been eating 1 chicken thigh a day and a goodly amount of salad, which has been filling me up. Considering what's in the salad, though, it's, you know, it's about 500 calories because I threw everything. I mean, everything that was in the refrigerator. I threw kimchi and olives and crab and shrimp out of the freezer, and of course the salad greens itself, tomatoes. We went out to a farm and picked tomatoes. Oh God, they were good. And it was almost sad to put them in the salad because I was munching them like apples, you know, and things like that. It was just everything that was in the refrigerator that I could throw in there. And I didn't add any extra dressing or anything. I just let it steep in its own juices, and that is a wonderful thing. It really is. At any rate, so that cuts down on the amount of cooking I do, and it keeps food in the refrigerator so that I can munch whenever I'm hungry. Anytime I think about something, just take it out, because it is downright, the salad anyway was downright delicious. I mean, I threw corn. I had leftover Southwest corn in there. I keep thinking stuff. But I've been doing some solar cooking. So, it's 106 degrees outside. I'm not going to turn on the stove for nobody, including me, But anyway, to travel on, because I have a tendency to talk forever. The vision that I have of myself in my mind's eye is not what I see in the mirror. I expected some flabby skin. What I was hoping for was really a tight body, So I've been thinking about, should I wear compression underwear? But actually my whole body needs compression. I mean, my arms, my legs, my ankles, so I'm thinking, why bother? Just be who you are, okay? And anyway, it's too hot, and the saris cover everything anyhow. so hey, It was 89 degrees at 8 o'clock this morning when I took Rowley out for a walk. Anyway, so I've been looking at myself in the mirror because I have a friend who is getting facial plastic surgery. She saved 10 years to get this surgery done. I'm hoping that she comes out looking the way she thinks that she's going to come out looking, or hoping that she comes out looking. Because when I looked at myself and I said, well, I don't look like I was hoping I'd look like. I don't look bad, but I don't look like I thought I would, or maybe hoped, prayed, whatever I was going to look like. So anyway, so I was looking at my face, in the mirror here, and saying, you could use some makeup. So I went out and I bought some makeup. And I put it on. I put all of it on, the lipstick, the eyeshadow, the eyeliner, eyebrow stuff, everything. And I seriously did not like the way I looked. Now, I used to sell makeup, so I do know how to put it on. And I have watched a bunch of YouTube videos on how to do it on women over 70. And I have looked at not only women over 70, but women of color over 70, trying to find some that were my shade. And they come out, they look fabulous. And I come out and I feel like and look like, well, I don't look like, but I feel like I got clown face on. So I washed it off. You can see a little bit of the brown left in my hairline. I washed it off because I think I look better without makeup. And you know something? It's less expensive and it feels okay, And that's the way it is. And my daughter, my oldest daughter, who is into makeup, said that it is a horrible rabbit hole. So it's not one of those that I now think that I want to get involved in. So you won't see me with makeup on. As for self-sabotaging, speaking of addictions and things like that, this week has been, well, maybe that's another reason why I only lost a half pound, although I doubt it. I had 2 glasses of wine. I think it was like Friday. I was so wasted. I mean, just so wasted. I was so glad that I was sitting outside at a friend's house here in the park, and that I did not have to drive because there was no way in hell I could have driven on 2 glasses of wine. And then I got sick. It was not good. But you see now, I gotta be stupid again, right? So we go out someplace else this week, and we stop at one of the casinos, and she gets a margarita and I get a margarita. I figured, what the heck, you know. I drank half of that margarita and I said, you have to stop. You cannot drink another drop of this or you're going to be sick all over this bar. You know. So by the time we got home, which was probably 2-3 hours later, by that time I was glad to get in the house because I had a severe case of diarrhea and I was vomiting everywhere. So that was a half a margarita. I don't think I can drink anymore. I think it's too much sugar, too much something or the other, and I don't need to be drinking anyway. She and a few other women here in the park keep inviting me to go to bars and parties and things like that. And the last 2, I just said no, thank you. I'm not going. I didn't know if I should go at all, and I chose not to go. As a friend, I told her the backstory so that she knows that, you know, I'm not trying to get rid of her or anything like that. It's just that I can't do that anymore. I mean, I need to tell you, I used to be very much into alcohol. I had an alcohol addiction, along with a cigarette addiction and a food addiction and a candy addiction, you know, and a shopping addiction, you know. But I had an alcohol addiction. And I remember that I was in this liquor store in the mountains where I was living at the time, in upstate New York. And I walked into the liquor store and I was looking, I think I had like $5 with me, maybe $6. And that was it. And I was looking for the largest container of Gallo wine I could find, the cheapest piece of whatever it is that could make you high. And so I was standing there in the aisle and I was comparing prices and looking at this gallon jug of wine, saying, yeah, I could take that home. It'll last me quite a bit of time. And the guy who owned the store came over and said, look, if you want, I'll give it to you on credit and you can just pay me when you get paid. That hit me like a ton of bricks. I mean, I bought the bottle and I brought it home. And I drank some of it and I stuck the rest underneath the sink. In you know, the big gallon jug, you know, I didn't have any place, so I stuck it under the sink. And then I forgot about it. I actually stopped drinking during that. And somewhere along the line, probably a month later, I was thinking, you know, I could really use some. Don't I have some of that wine left? I went and found this jug, right? It was so sour. It was pure vinegar by this time. And I stopped drinking then. I think it was the guy offering me credit. I could have taken credit and I would have been down at the bottom of that freaking rabbit hole for sure. At least I had enough sense to stop, or try to stop anyway. So I told her my backstory about I'm a recovering alcoholic. I mean, I could take a drink here and there, you know, and I can be at one drink, you know, but I generally will choose something else over a drink, you know, because it just doesn't feel good. And now that I've had the surgery, it ain't no way in hell. So anyway, let's move along here, because I keep trying to get these shorter and I'm already at 15 minutes. Anyhow, let's talk about Rowley. I have to admit to some vanity. Of course, you know, I was trying on makeup too, you know. I said he's being standoffish because I'm not sharing my poi with him. my toy, so he's not sharing his toys with me. Well, as it turns out, for the last 3 days, it's been over 100 degrees here, so I've been taking him out really early in the morning. The walks are not nearly as long. We've been getting in a mile, but, you know, squeaking in a mile, you know. So it's a half a mile in the morning, half a mile at night. And at night, I've been walking and waiting until it gets dark out because it's just ridiculously hot. So here it was, 89 degrees at 8 o'clock this morning, and I took him out for a walk and came back. And then he wanted to play. And I realized that all of the other walks I had been taking him on were very long. We were out walking for at least 45 minutes, half an hour sometimes. And he would come back and fall asleep. Wasn't interested in anything. Drink some water, fall asleep. Now that it's been so hot and we haven't been walking that much, he wants to play. So, goes to show you how vain we can get to be, right? Although he still looks for that toy every now and then. I did record the words on the buttons. With the words outside, eat, play, and I added love you so that he can come over and get his scratches, you know. I've drawn pictures on the buttons because personally I kept getting confused with what they said, even though I know what the colors are and what positions they were in, right? Okay, so anyway, so I drew little pictures on the top. I figured there's only 4 colors. There's only, when you buy them, they only offer 4 colors. And it would be good to teach him to read symbols too. I mean, so that if the buttons get moved around, then he'll know which button is which, right? So on love you, I drew a heart, you know. And on eat, I drew a picture of a dog biscuit. He actually pressed the outside button once. And he really wanted to go outside. So I let him out. You know, I put on his halter and I stuck him on his runner and let him go outside. And he sat on the steps and watched the world go by, you know. And then he came back in. Later on, oh, maybe it's one of the evenings, I don't remember which. I gave him his dinner. And I kept pressing the button, eat, you know, come on, eat, love you, eat. You know, that kind of thing, because lately he's not really eating. He's skipping breakfast, doesn't get lunch. I mean, I only feed him twice a day. And he's not interested in treats. And I don't know if he's just overweight, overheated. Not overweight, because he's not overweight anymore. Roly does not fit him. Because he's walked it off. His stools look okay, he's urinating okay, he's just not eating treats, he's just not eating except maybe once a day, you know, and he's not gobbling it down like he's dying of starvation, as some dogs do. I don't know what's going on. He doesn't have a fever. He doesn't seem to be hurting anywhere. His nose is cold and wet. Not that that's really an indication, but, you know, he's okay. At least I think he's okay. He just doesn't want to eat. Hey, he's on a diet. What can I tell you? At any rate, he was eating one night, and I got him to eat. And then he came over and he pressed, love you, after he finished eating. I think it meant, for him, thank you. So, to sum up, I'm feeling good. And still no regrets about this surgery. Absolutely none. Even though I'm only losing a half a pound a week, I am losing. I would do that surgery again, for sure. It's a matter of what you eat that's of major importance. I mean, I could eat a cup of ice cream or I could eat a cup of broccoli. You know what I mean? So, please like and share and subscribe and comment. And let me know, again I ask, you know, let me know what you'd like me to talk about. because I keep rambling. and ring the notification bell. And don't forget to click show more to see the links in the description below, okay? You take care of yourself, you take care of you, your family, and friends, and stay safe, and blessed be.